Hi, everybody. This is Jessica Ferguson. We go way back. I used to be on her show in Salt Lake City, KZHT. And now she is co-host of the wildly popular podcast, Frankie and Jess. And where can people hear that wonderful podcast?
Well, thanks for having me. Yes, Lori and I go way back. It's like a couple decades now, girl, and we
Yes,
still look the
yes,
same.
way back.
So Frankie and I have our show, and it's called the Frankie and Jess podcast. I know, real original, right? We just used our names, but it was neat to keep our names and be able to continue to do our show. So we are on Apple and Spotify, and we launched it January 2nd. So there's, gosh, almost 5 months worth of shows to catch up on. It's been a lot of fun.
And they are great, great friends, and they make a great, great podcast, and they talk about everything. Okay, so Jess, you've got a celebrity dream for me to decipher. So let's jump right in.
Okay. So I know you love the celebs. I do too, Lore.
Yes.
And this one's fun. I've actually seen this gal in concert a couple of times. Lady Gaga was in the dream. And not only was she in my dream, but she was my sister, which was even better.
Okay.
So she was my sister and she was getting married. So I was packing up to go to her destination wedding. And my apartment, I assume I lived in New York, which I've never been. I'm packing up for her wedding, and there's ants up and down the walls. I have obviously a bug problem, which is so disgusting. I'm anti-bug and I'm super OCD and clean. And then there's these little clear white bugs that are on my bed as I'm packing. I'm just like, oh, this place
Huh.
is a dump. It was really, really weird. This was a few nights back, and she was there with me in the apartment. Lady Gaga was like helping me pack. She wasn't really saying anything. I didn't hear any words from her, but she was there. Her presence was there.
Okay, so nothing said between you. You're packing. Let's start with the biggest symbol, which I don't think is Lady Gaga. I think it's the bugs.
Okay.
Okay, so at the time of this dream, which was just a few nights ago, was there anything going on that was really bugging you?
Oh, lots of things.
Hence all the bugs.
There was a lot of bugs. There was a lot of bugs. Oh, yes. I think everything has been kind of bugging me because it's that time of the month. So when
Oh,
it's that time of the month, everything bugs us.
yeah,
Our our husband, our kids, our
everything.
coworkers, like everything is bugging.
Yes, and you can just blink wrong. Someone can blink wrong and it will put you in a tire. I get that. Okay. So now let's jump to Lady Gaga. We're going to go through every piece of the puzzle, then we're going to put it all together. So, Lady Gaga. Now, where does your mind go when you think of her? Is it a song? Is it something she's done? Something about her?
Ooh, that's a good question. I immediately go to her beauty in my mind. Her songs always play through my head, but the song that just popped in when you were asking that was Poker Face.
Oh. Okay. Have you had to put on a poker face recently with all the things that are irritating you?
Yes. I think if I didn't use my poker face, things would get much worse.
Mm,
So even though I was super bugged by a couple different people, I knew that if I unleashed and let go, that it would be much, much worse. So I had to kind of put on the poker face.
okay, did you say a couple people?
Yeah.
So specifically two?
Yeah.
Okay, that may be why there's two different types of bugs.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so one was ants on the wall and the other
Yeah.
was clear bugs on the bed.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Was one of these people your husband?
No comment.
Oh, because that could be the
Yes.
bed.
Yes.
Okay, now
Yes.
let's figure out why these bugs were clear.
Okay.
Usually something clear in a dream will be about, transparency, something, making yourself clear, anything like that come to mind when you think about how you were bugged by him.
Mm. That's a good question. Maybe the transparency, clearness of communication, because we've been together for 24 years and we're kind of revamping our relationship to be
Hmm.
way more open as
And
far as
clear?
communication and just
Okay.
nipping things instead of letting them just sit below the surface and simmer, because then it just becomes ridiculous, right? You're not
Right.
really fighting over the dish in the sink. So I think we're trying to be more transparent and just forthcoming before it gets to be a fire.
Okay. Was there anything in particular that were you not having your time of the month that you would have been open and transparent about rather than putting on a poker face?
Mm, yes.
Do
A
you wanna
lot of
share that?
things. A lot. I know I'm trying to think a lot of things. I think when you're together for a long time and you just kind of there's not a lot of tolerance or grace, and I'm trying to build that back up because I would want that same respect and love, you know, coming
Mhm.
my way. So I'm trying to have more patience. And so I think it was like, okay, put on the poker face. You can still be open with your communication and transparent, but you don't have to fly off the handle and have an attitude and make things worse.
Okay. So the ants on the wall are going to be connected to this second individual.
Uh-huh.
Do you wanna share who that was?
It's a family friend. That's all I can say.
Okay. And they were on the wall. Were they driving you up the wall?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It
Okay.
was more their personality because we were going to have some interactions. And I like love this person to death, right? It's a family friend for decades,
Mhm.
but it's like they tend to be a little controlling and micromanaging, and it just stresses me out.
Okay. So when you think of ants, where does your mind go?
Mm, annoying, painful.
Okay. Can you connect that to this person?
Yeah, totally. Not all the time, just waves of it. So yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. All right. So you're packing at the same time. So the act of packing is preparing to go to a wedding, which would likely be about preparing to make a commitment to something or someone in real life. It's not yet happened, but you're preparing to do that.
Oh wow.
Anything coming to mind?
Oh yeah. It is like I said, like a rebirth in our marriage. It's almost like a recommitment, like coming up on 25 years together. So I think that's kind of because the ups and downs of marriage, right? You're constantly navigating because you're both changing. And so I feel like
Mhm.
we have had kind of these big life changes in the past year and a half, and it's been all the emotions. And now we're getting to a place of healing and healthy together and growing together through it. And it's really cool to see.
Okay, here's the message your dream is giving you. Um, it's in the packing. And you know the term emotional baggage, which is the shit we carry with us that's needless.
Yeah.
So you are packing, and your subconscious, I believe, is telling you to pay very close attention to what you bring with you into the future with your husband. So take, um, what's the word? Inventory of the things that have worked and take those with you into your new commitment and your new way of looking at your marriage.
Wow, that's huge.
And also, the apartment was the construct of your mind at the time. So being on the rag and being highly irritated by a couple people that have a lot of things that are irritating you made your psyche look like this New York bug infested apartment that you couldn't
Yeah.
wait to get out of.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's like all clicking. It's so but like my brain is going crazy right now because it is. It's connecting you're connecting all the dots.
Yes. And you were left
Wow.
with it because, like I always say, dreams don't just mean something, they give you a takeaway. And that takeaway is in the packing, what you take with you into the future.
Oh, I love that because I really want to in this next phase, this rebirth of the next what 25 years together, hopefully more. I just want to practice more kindness and not be so quick to anger and to just kind of take a pause and take a breath and just not let every little thing bother me and just let things roll off because a lot of it really isn't a big deal. It's
Yeah.
what we make it.
Yes. So your subconscious is also giving you some very good imagery you can work with, and that imagery is in the form of all those little bugs. So whenever you start getting irritated again, when the next month rolls around,
Right.
think of each little irritation you start to feel as a bug that's beginning to infest your psyche. Swat it away.
I love that. Get it, ribbit.
Yes.